live in Crawford. I purchased 16 acres of agricultural land in 2014. In April 2022, I was contacted by Everett Neal, the newly hired code enforcer. Neal could not find paperwork for our road access. It was missing from the county's records. The date of the approval of the access was needed to determine what possible violations are present based on the county's interpretation of the regulations that were in place at that time. The very first letter that Neal states, from Neal, he states that if the violations are verified and not corrected, the following can happen. Recording of a notice of violation that could affect sale or refinance, liability for the cost of civil enforcement such as investigation, inspection, curing of any violation, monitoring compliance, and criminal prosecution. When I produced the missing 2015 approval of access, Neal concluded in his compliance report that the baseline has been established as a legal, non-conforming condition, and that intensification, modification, or extension will require being brought into conformance with current codes. What legal non-conforming essentially means, it is that we are being held hostage on our own land. We cannot, for example, replace a unit without bringing the entire land into compliance with the code that exists at that time. With this land use code, the commissioners are harming the people that do no wrong to others. Our land use and property rights are protected by the Constitution and natural law. If the government restricts the use of our property, what is given in return to the landowners for this order? By removing the lawful right of private property use and restricting it with a permit, the county is converting our rights into privilege. This is unconstitutional and immoral. Yes. When the county grants those permits to us, they could just as easily take them away. Right. I ask that any work on the update of the 2021 Land Use Code be stopped immediately. I ask that the 2021 Land Use Code is repealed. I ask that the properly trained area working groups drawn from the residents from each district's major watershed are brought back. I ask that they collaborate with the properly trained Planning Commission to revise the zoning and land use guidelines so that they are simple and balanced between private property rights and the well-being of the community as a whole. This could happen with assistance from an experienced consultant, but the task of writing of the guidelines is solely with the people of the county, not what is happening right now when the Planning Department Director, Carl Holm, is ghostwriting changes to the certified document. I ask that a collaboratively crafted handbook be put to a public vote. I ask that we go back to the performance planning with properly trained area planning committees. I ask that we go back to the old and honorable ways of personal accountability, fair and inclusive decision-making, fast and just conflict resolution, and pride in our resilient and down-to-earth living. Yeah.